So I was watching this video, man. And this guy was complaining about men playing video games too much. Um, this argument will never die, I guess. Sometimes it's a random dude on the internet. Sometimes it's somebody big, like say Joe Rogan. It's a preacher. It's a whatever hot chick, complaining about her man or whatever, or dudes in general. Oh, you play video games, you ain't gonna get none of this or whatever. Man, when they say stuff like that, they always try and tell you they concerned about men. It's just their way of saying that they hate men. In my opinion, you either hate men or you got a problem with men. So I told this guy, dude, attacking men's hobbies is just a way of you saying you hate men without actually saying that you hate men. Okay. It's like, no, I don't hate men. I just want them to maximize their time better. No, look, dude. I told this dude, it ain't got nothing to do with no man maximizing his time. Uh, that's what they always say. They always try and make it look like they trying to help you. It really is just them a way for them to show their hatred. Here's the thing: if it was really about helping somebody, how come they never talk about women? Okay, most of these dudes never bring up women, or very rarely. Okay, but you got a ton of women who play video games, even if they not playing on console. They're on their cell phones playing Candy Crush or Angry Birds, and those may not be complicated games, but they are still video games. Okay, yeah, women, man, who sit up there and spend hours on those games. Okay, but you don't hear these dudes complaining about them like that, do you? You got women, man, who sit up there, spend hours a day watching soap operas or watching Netflix or doing whatever on their phone. But you either never hear these dudes bring women up, or they very rarely ever bring them up because they don't care. Here's the thing. Um, some of these people just hate men, period. They hate dudes, and that's their method of criticizing them and making it look like, oh, I'm trying to be helpful. I'm doing something positive because I don't want people to think I hate dudes. Then there's another little thing behind this too. You got a lot of people who don't think a man really has any value other than producing. Yes, you heard me. Your only value is going to work making money. Okay. Uh, Whether you working for somebody else or you working for yourself, that's your only value, producing. Okay. They see you sitting up there on your off days playing video games. That annoys them because that's not what you here for. Only thing you here for is go to a job and work 50, 40, 50, 60 hours, get off, take a couple of hours of sleep, and go to your other job. So when they see that makes them mad. Because notice what this guy said. I want men to maximize their time better. That's code word for you got to produce, baby. You ain't supposed to be taking no time off. Okay. You ain't supposed to be sitting around watching TV, playing video games, reading a book at home, chilling. Nah, you supposed to go to work. Okay. I don't care if you're working for yourself or working for somebody else. Okay. You're not supposed to take Saturday and Sunday off and just chill. Well, you supposed to have your part-time job on Saturday and Sunday, homie. Or you supposed to go work for yourself. You got to make some money, dog. Okay. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. You ain't supposed to take no time out and enjoy yourself because you don't have no other purpose other than to produce. Um, that's all. That's really what it's about. Okay. That's why they complain. Okay. That's why they complain about dudes playing video games. That's why they used to complain about dudes watching sports or playing sport. Okay. The only time they don't complain about you doing something is you making money off of it. Some good money off of it. Most people won't complain. But generally, when it comes to your hobbies, if that hobby ain't making no money, they have a problem with a man doing anything for his enjoyment that it's not producing money. Okay. You have to be producing profit for somebody. Okay. They're not making any money from you sitting at home playing your video games. The only person making money off that is the video game companies. But since they don't work for the video game companies, they don't care about that. That bothers them. Okay? That bothers a lot of these people. Okay? And I'm telling you, that's what it's about. Listen, in this society, you can have a woman. She can have a nice paying job, a house, and all that good stuff. But even if she doesn't have those things, she still has value to people. You still have guys who want to sleep with her. You still have people who value her as a human being. Let me ask you this: how many rich or well-off dudes do you hear go get a woman who has a regular 9 to 5 job who don't make big money, and they'll marry that woman and love her? Okay, or she's unemployed. Period. Okay, how many NBA guys or football guys or whatever actors do you hear about them marrying a woman who either has a normal 9 to 5 job or that woman ain't got no job at all? How many rich, wealthy, successful women do you hear going to marry a random dude? Okay. You don't hear about that much. A random dude who ain't got no money. You don't hear about that. I mean, I ain't saying it never happens. It don't happen at all. Because as a man, you really don't have any value unless you're working or making money. That's why it bothers them to see you sitting around just playing video games. Okay, even if you have a full-time job. Okay, I had this guy, man. I remember years ago. I had a full-time job. I was doing overtime, and I was going to school. I was taking online classes. Okay, I had this one friend of the family. This dude would get upset when I would take one day off to just chill, play games. Yeah, he was making all kind of little comments because that bothered him. Okay, because I wasn't producing. I wasn't doing anything. Okay, you supposed to come home, man, and go to your second job. Okay, you supposed to work for yourself. Okay, or you supposed to go do some work for somebody's charity organization. It could be the church. It could be a different one. It could be some other type of charity organization. You're supposed to be working for somebody. You're supposed to be producing and doing something for your wife and kids. You are not supposed to spend any time relaxing and enjoying yourself because that ain't valuable to society. Your only value as a man is being valuable to society. You in and of yourself have no value. Okay. Used to you taking a day or two off to just relax. Nah, that ain't doing nothing for nobody else except for you. Your enjoyment don't matter. Okay. The fact that you need to rest and relax and recuperate and get your mind right to go back, to go out there and go back to this daily grind and not kill somebody, that don't matter to them. Okay. And I'm telling you, that's what it is. They won't come out and say it. That's what it is. Okay. Some people, like I said, they just gonna complain about anything men do, anything men enjoy because they hate men, period. Then you have the other half who think that, hey, you ain't supposed to be doing nothing other than producing or making money or something that's going to benefit the rest of society. Okay. But you sitting there, sitting at home for a day or two playing video games, reading a book or whatever, that's not doing anything for them. It's not doing anything for anybody else. That's why they don't like it. And I'm telling you, it's not the video games, man. If you can get rid of the video games right now and men go out there and find another hobby that is taking a large amount of their time and it's not benefiting certain other people, they're gonna have a problem with that. And I'm telling you that's what it is. Okay. I mean, I don't really care what these people say. I work and I have my job. On my off days, yes, I play a lot of video games. I read, I listen to music, I watch TV, and I'm gonna keep doing that. Okay. I'm not a mule, but that's what it really is. You have people in this society who hate men, and you have people in this society who think a man is nothing but a mule. Okay, he's a mule for society. Yes, he's a mule for society, and that's your only purpose. And you just sitting around enjoying yourself or trying to relax. That ain't doing it, buddy. And that's why they're gonna keep complaining. They're gonna keep trying to criticize. Okay, like that dude said, I want men to maximize their time. That's code word for all you supposed to be doing is working your butt off and producing. And then the whole argument don't make any sense because the guy was saying something to the extent where, the guys aren't working, they sitting home playing video games. Dude, video games are an expensive hobby. Okay. Um, Online, you got to pay for that. Okay. These game consoles cost anything from $300 to still like $500-$600. Okay. The video games, you want to get the best video games as soon as they come out, the top notch games, you're talking about 50-60 bucks. Okay. And I think Nintendo Switch now just came out with some games $80. Okay. Then the controllers. You got controllers that cost anything from like $20 up to I've seen some cost 100. You know, if you want the fancy stuff, okay. Then all these different video games, if you want to buy them, the DLC. It's not a cheap hobby, man. So these dudes are working. Most video gamers have a source of income. Now, whether it's legal or illegal, they got a source of income. Okay. So let's get rid of that narrative. But the real issue, like I said, you are a pack mule for society. Okay. It doesn't matter if you have a part-time job, full-time job, and you're doing overtime. Your free time is not supposed to be spent playing video games. Okay. You're not supposed to do anything other than produce. Like I said, get rid of the video games. If you got dudes sitting around there reading for a day or two or whatever, or working out or doing anything, they'll complain about that. Because I've actually started seeing videos now where people complaining about men spending too much time working out. Okay. Because hey, you at the gym working out, the gym's making money, but everybody else ain't making money. Okay. It don't matter what the hobby is. Okay. Get rid of the games. It could be dudes just spending a large amount of time reading. They'll complain about that. They'll complain about dudes working out. It don't matter. Okay. You are the pack mule of society, and you're not supposed to spend time on your hobbies, doing time resting, relaxing. That's what it is. That's why I don't pay attention to these type of videos, because I know what they're about. Okay. You know, you think that anybody who's making these videos actually are concerned about men, you pulling a Jedi mind trick on yourself. So that's just my thoughts.